ponytail to be lower than the top of the ears. So if it's higher than the top of the ears, it should really be a high bun. So lower than the top of the ears, but But what you have to imagine is, if I were to make the bun, we want the bottom of the bun to rest where the hairline ends. So if it's too low, they'll find it uncomfortable and it might get caught on dresses or necklaces. So I keep it below the ears, but high enough so the bottom of the bun will reach just where the hairline finishes. Without any products in the hair, I'm just going to comb everything back, trying to get it as tight as I can, but don't worry at the moment if it's not very slick. I'm just trying to get all of the hairs going straight back into the hairband. I always start with the gel and then I use hairspray to set everything. So the wet products first, followed by the hairspray. What we're going to do is I use a lot. So the idea is that the hair on the outside is wet, hair on the inside is dry. So I'm really working on getting the outside completely covered in gel. Starting from the front, sound staff, head up. I always take the gel from the front and run it back into the direction I want the hairs to go in and then go backwards and forwards, which I've seen before, like wax on, wax off. It gets a stickiness. So from the very front of the face, all the way back to the hairband, including the hairs. And then a little bit about how I comb the hair. So I try to keep the comb as flat as I can to the head, but making sure that the teeth still go in. So I'm keeping a nice strong angle on the comb, and every time I comb the hair back, I'm using a fair amount of pressure with my hand to smooth everything over. So every single time, keeping the comb relatively flat to the head, I'm pulling it back. If you're finding that the hair is separating, you need to apply more gel. If you've got a big knot, more gel. If they're moaning, more gel. So making sure I get all the fluffies at the front on the messy part. And my trick that I always use, I take the first hairband out enough so that my hand will fit in. So I pull the first hairband down, keeping the hair nice and tight. I brush through where we've just sprayed, so I don't go all the way to the root. I'm just brushing through this messy part. It might be a little bit difficult, but keep the tension. The most important thing is to keep the tension with your hand that's holding the hairband. Or holding the hair back, sorry. And all I do is I just go in and replace the first hairband with the second hairband that's on my wrist. A good sort of tip or something to kind of bear in mind is if you can keep the hand that's holding the hair as still as you can whilst you do it. So I'm really moving the other one the most, trying to keep that one as still as I can. That way you won't be moving the ponytail too much as I work around. And the good thing with this trick is you can do it as many times as you need to until you're happy with how smooth it is. So I just take a hairband, probably the one that was already in the hair, cut it in half, and it's like, you know when you feel you want to get that hairband around one more time, but you know it's going to snap if you do it. So half a hairband underneath the hairbands that are in there, and then you're going to want to just double knot that. You'll probably need to cut it out, but otherwise, then it's as tight as it can be, and I just snip the ends off. There's no product in the front part. You might find there's a little bit of gel, but I try to make sure I don't get any hairspray in there. It will just make it a little bit harder to do. So keeping it as smooth as I can, so keep brushing out the knots. I use enough gel so that the top and the underneath and all the hair in between is wet. So here it was only important that the outside is wet. Now it's important that the whole thing is wet. So hold please. Thank you. If you don't have the red gel, I have got lots down there. Please help yourself to however much you need. Otherwise, you will find this more difficult than it needs to be. So I'm just running the gel all the way through, making sure I start right at the root. Thank you. Thank you. Obviously, the thicker the hair is, the more gel you're going to need. Making sure I get all the way down, including the ends. So I keep the hair as wet as I can whilst I'm working with it. If it starts to dry, you'll find it much more difficult to work with. So I'm just combing it through, making sure all of the hairs are running in the direction on their left. So I've pulled it over so the diagonal side is underneath. Straight parting is on the outside. And the idea is we're trying to get it into like a sheet of paper to work with. Okay. And then, once you've got a nice sheet, all the hairs are sticking together, I'm just continuously running my hands across, trying to glue everything together. What I'm going to do, keeping the hair in one direction, so I'm going to keep the hair running towards me. Chin up. Between my index finger and my middle finger, I just very gently start to pull the hair left to right. So I normally would start going towards the face, and I just smooth over as I go. How low to bring this? I generally, for most people, we go for like the middle of between the eyebrow and the hairline. Some people like it lower, some people like it completely off the face. So if you didn't want to have it on the face, you would just lift it slightly higher. Otherwise, I'm going to bring it down. Okay, and start to tilt your head to the side. Thank you. So I've kept this piece of hair facing me at all times. I'm not moving this one around. Between two fingers. I'm just pulling it down. This takes a lot of practice. Like I said at the start, this is my most used hairstyle. So this one I've done 1,000,001 times. But I'm just keeping it. Index finger, middle finger. I'm not pulling too hard, just enough that I can feel the hair is moving. Just bringing it down. Obviously, everyone's hair lengths are different. So some people might finish here, some people might go all the way back. What you can do is once you get to the ear, you can either maneuver your way around and keep going backwards and forwards, making the wave, or you can just cheat. By that point, you might have had enough. And I just pull it back into the ponytail. Once it's in place, because of this particular gel, it is sticky enough to just hold for the time being while you work with it. All I do with my fingers, I'm just squeezing and pushing everything into place. Then once I'm happy, is I always use open pins to just hold everything in place while it dries. So, not the slidey bobby pins, but open ones. These ones, it doesn't matter if you can see them. Once the hair is dry, it will set in that shape. So you can just either glue it down with some eyelash glue or some glues that I can show you later. Or you can rearrange the pins so that it holds, that you don't see them. And I'm just pinning both ends up, making sure I catch onto the hair that's pulling the hair back into the ponytail. And I just pin everything. Once I'm happy with the shape, I spray everything. If I've done it, and I really hate the way it looks, I just unattach it, comb it through, more gel, starts again. If you've really had enough, you can just scrape it all back into the ponytail. Or you can wash out the front section and just go again. So this is actually one of those things that it doesn't matter if it goes wrong the first couple of times. There's ways you can fix it. So Sheet, lots of gel, both sides, all the way through, keeping the hair facing you, so over to the left. Between your two fingers, I'm just pulling it down, and then I'll pin everything and spray. Good luck. Up towards the hairband, all the way around the bottom. So we want to make sure that that's nice and secure. It's definitely not going to move. So I'd go all the way around, so it's nice and firm. Then with our second bit, all you're going to do, now that the hair's in the net, you'll find it much easier to work with. I'm just going to S it round, and we're going to hide the mistakes as we go. So if you've got a lopsided bun, or if it's a little bit messy here, or if you can see the hairband, all you do, we're going to S it over. You can do circles, you can do F's. Once it's in the net, it's much, much easier to work with. And with this, once you get a little bit more confident with it, you can leave more sections out to the side. So you could use like 3 hair nets, so you have 1 big bun and 2 sections on the side. And you can just start to play and twist them over. But otherwise, just pinning as I go.
It's really staying overnight.
Yeah. So I always do, if I do my own hair, I always do it the night before.
I spent all night wanting to check.
So what I do, once I've made the bun and I'm happy with everything, pin absolutely to death. Lots and lots of hairspray, look down, making sure I get underneath the bun as well. Then if I was at home, what I would do is I'd dry everything with a hairdryer. And before I go to sleep, I would spray everything again, make sure it's completely dry, otherwise your head sticks to your ear and the ear to the pillow and it's a big mess. Spray everything.
Bed like that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Spray everything. Dry everything flat, so when I'm using the hairdryer, I can just tuck everything in if there's any flyaways. If I wake up and the bun is very, very messy, it shouldn't be if you've dried everything off. But if it is, if you're doing roly-polies or whatever in the sleep, what you can do in the morning, if you've really had enough, spray everything, and you just put a net all the way around. That way any flyaways are now caught inside.